Welcome to the Art Beat, where creativity pulses and the heart of local art comes alive. For today's show, you're going to need a blank canvas, acrylic paint. I'm using red and pink for Valentine's, some scissors, some tape, a paintbrush, any size will do, a small or large Ziploc bag, watercolor paint, and some cardstock paper. For this first piece, we are going to be using our cardstock paper. I'm just folding it in half here, and I'm going to be cutting out a heart shape. Now, if you're confident that you can freehand a heart, go for it. However, I decided it would be easiest for me to just go ahead and cut it out halfway like this so that I get a nice symmetrical heart. Now, once you have your heart shape cut out, you're going to tape that to the center of your canvas. Now, I say the center, but you can do it to one side. It really doesn't matter. I want you guys to get creative with it. Then you're going to take your Ziploc bag and you're going to cut the smallest piece off of the tip, like as small as you can, so that we have like a really, really tiny hole in the Ziploc bag. See, really small, just like this. Now, once you have your hole in the bag, you're going to start filling the bag with paint. I'm using pink and red. You can use one color, you can mix the colors, get creative with it. Now, be careful not to let the paint drip out of the hole. So you want to kind of hold the Ziploc bag at an angle so that the paint doesn't start dripping out, or hold it over a paper towel, or if you don't mind getting your table messed up, hold it over the table. Just don't hold it over the painting. Now, once you have your bag with your paint, you're going to go in like this and just squeeze very gently and make squiggly lines all over. You can cross them, loop them, take your time, and just do squiggly lines. And you're going to do that all over the entire canvas. Now, you want to actually get some of it onto the heart, because you'll see once you lift up the heart, we'll have a nice heart shape in the middle. So it doesn't matter if you get on top of the heart-shaped paper, because we're going to remove that in the end. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and take that off. Now you can leave it like this if you want, and you can be finished with your piece. However, I decided to go in and just outline the heart shape with the same paint that I was using before. Again, you can be done just like this. I decided to go in later on and add some paint to my heart in the center. I painted it red once this was dried. I'll show you a picture of that at the end of the video. But get creative with it, guys. You can paint the background first. If you don't want a white background, you can paint it red and use black lines. Just get creative and do your own thing. Now we're moving on to the second piece. And I did the same thing. I cut out a heart and I am taping that heart right into the center of my canvas. Or if you don't have extra canvas and you just want to use this as a kid's craft, this is a fun kid's craft to do, and you can just do this on a blank piece of paper. It's a nice, fun Valentine's activity that you can do with your kids. So we're going to take some Q-tips or anything with a round bottom. So you can also use like a pencil eraser and just dip it in paint and do lots of polka dots around the heart. Use different colors, use reds, pinks, and I'm just going in and doing a bunch of dots all around my heart and just going lighter and thinner as I get further out with the dots. Now, I actually decided afterwards that this piece didn't quite look finished, so I went in and added some more dots, and maybe I went a little overboard, but I kind of like how it turned out. As I said, and as I always tell you guys, get creative and make it your own piece. Now for this piece, I am using an acrylic painting that I did on one of my previous shows where I was doing some fluid art and some acrylic pouring techniques. I ended up with this beautiful marble-like background, and I decided that I'm going to add to this and make this into a Valentine's piece. So what I've done is I drew a heart sort of in the center of my canvas, and then I did a bunch of squiggly lines going through the heart and all around the canvas. Then what you want to do is take your marker and outline the heart in the center. Make sure that's outlined nice and thick. Once you've completed that and you have your outline of your heart, you're going to go in and round off your corners. So if you guys remember, if you've been following my show from the beginning, we did this technique on the very first show. It's a type of neurographic art, and we're just going to go in and round each of the corners just like this. So everywhere that the lines intersect and you have like a pointed corner, you're going to go in and just round that off. You can also make your lines thicker if you want, or you can keep them thin. So just go ahead in and find all the points where the lines intersect and make like a triangle point, and you want to round that off just like this. Now, this technique can be done on paper, this can be done on a blank canvas, but like I said, I decided to repurpose an old piece and make it into a Valentine's piece. And there we have it. This is the finished piece. Now we're moving on to the second part of the show. We're going to be doing some Valentine's cards. Again, this is just a fun thing that you can do with your kids, or if you have a significant other and you want to make a card instead of buying a card. These are just some easy techniques to make your own Valentine's card. If you have a heart-shaped stencil or some heart-shaped cookie cutters, those would work really well for this. However, I did not have those, so I am going to make my own heart stencil. Just by cutting a small heart, just like this, and you want to use cardstock paper for this just because it's a little bit more firm and you'll get a better outline. So I'm just cutting a stencil of a heart, and I'm going to put that to the side because for this piece I actually want to use the cutout piece as a stencil. So I'm going to cut out the cutout. Then what you want to do is get a piece of tape. If you have regular Scotch tape, that would work fine. Just don't press it down too hard onto your paper. All I had was this painter's tape, and it's quite thick for what I want to do. So I'm going to cut this in half to make a thinner line of tape. I like to show you guys how to do simple pieces of art at home with materials that you mostly would have around the house anyways. So if all you have is a big piece of tape, don't go out and buy thin tape just to do one little piece of art. You can simply take that thick tape and cut it down to size. Once we have our tape ready, I'm just going to tape that right in the center of our card. So the card is just a piece of cardstock paper that I folded in half. And then I'm going to take my heart-shaped stencil. As I said, if you have a cookie cutter, heart-shaped cookie cutter, that would work perfect for this. However, I'm using what I have, so here we go. I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to take my watercolor paint and just paint right inside the heart. Now you want to hold the stencil down as tightly as you can onto the paper, and then you're going to just paint right in where the heart is, trying not to let the paint leak underneath. But if you do, don't worry. We can still make this into a nice card. As you can see, mine leaked slightly. No big deal. It's a watercolor painting. I'll show you guys at the end how you can also outline the hearts a little more just to make them more prominent. But I'm just going in with different colors, different shades. You can do as many of these hearts as you want. You can do it right in the center. You can do some higher up. Make this your own piece. Now I'm just going in with some more of my watercolor paint and doing like a little splash of paint. And I didn't like how my heart shapes turned out. They weren't as defined as I would like them to be. So what I did was I went in with a marker and I just went in and outlined them to make them more prominent, to make the hearts look more defined. So now that I've outlined my hearts a little bit more, I'm just going to go ahead and remove this tape right from the center here. And now I can write anything I want. Okay, now we're moving on to our second card. This one is going to be very similar to the first one, but instead of doing a bunch of tiny hearts, I'm going to do one big heart, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that out just like before. I'm using my stencil and I'm going to paint right inside. I'm starting by outlining the heart with some watercolor paint and just making that very saturated, and then I'm using water and just dragging it inwards until I have my heart shape filled. And then I'm going to remove my stencil. And once I'm finished, I'm going to remove the tape from the center. And again, you can write whatever you want. Now, if you're like me and you just can't get the calligraphy down right, like I don't like my handwriting at all, so I invested in some stencils. So I'm gonna use some stencils for this piece. But again, if you're just doing a kid's craft, if you're just having fun with this, you don't have to worry about all of that. Write whatever you want on here. And as I keep saying, guys, get creative and make this your own piece. So the purpose behind my videos is not necessarily to create art that I'm going to be selling or even gifting, But really, I want to inspire my audience to get creative, and I want to show you guys that art isn't that intimidating and you can do art with things that you have lying around at home. Just get creative, have fun with it, take a mental break, take a screen break. Art is therapy and it is definitely good for your mental health. Thanks for watching! Keep creating, keep exploring, and we will catch you on the next beat.